Hello, good evening. Am I audible? Am I audible? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm audible, right? Okay, thank
Yes.
you. Okay, shall we start? We'll just wait a few minutes. If anybody else is joined, let them join. Then we'll start.
Ma'am, you can start, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so we were discussing homonyms. So let's go with homonyms. So as you know, homonyms, they are the words that have the same sound and different meanings, isn't it? So the exercise over here is from the similar sounding words, select the most appropriate that describes the meaning of both words. Okay, let's go with the second one. The word here is pale and pale. Pale and pale. The options are pale means inferior or unimpressive and pale means faded. You can just check the spelling. One is P-A-I-L and the second one is P-A-L-E. B, pale means faded or light in shade and pale means inferior or unimpressive. C, pale means faded or light in shade and pale means a bucket. Pale means a bucket and pale means inferior or unimpressive. I think you're getting confused. So the two spellings here are pale and pale. The sounding is exactly the same. So homo means sound. I mean so same and nims means sound. So these words means that these are having the same sound but different meaning. So how can you guess the meaning? So we'll go to the answer. Here the answer, the correct option is C, which says that pale means light in color and pale means a bucket. You might have heard the rhyme. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So there pale means a bucket. So easily you can analyze the answer. The answer is C. Let's go to the next question. Hail and hail is the word. The options are hail means palace of mist and hail means strong and healthy. B, hail means pellets of frozen rain and hail means strong and healthy. C, hail means pellets of frozen rain and hail means to greet with enthusiastic approval. And hail means strong and healthy and hail means pellets of frozen rain. So the two words here are HAIL and HALE. So let's analyze it. What's the correct meaning of these two words? Any idea? The correct answer is option B, where HAIL means small balls of frozen rain. You might have heard that hail falls from the sky. So it's small balls of frozen rain. Anybody knows the Malayalam word for this? HAIL. And if you know, you can put it in the chat box. Then other one is HALE, which means strong and healthy. Let's go to the fourth one. Conscious and conscience. This is a question which came in 2023 question paper. And the options are conscience means sense of right and wrong, and conscience means awareness about something. And I have just asked you to note this word. So take a notebook and one by one write these words and write the correct answer and keep it as a note. Okay, it'll be very useful for you. So don't miss that. Keep a note of all these words which we are going to discuss today. So the first one is conscious, CONSCIOUS, and we have conscience, which spells CONSCIENCE. The first one, conscience. Any idea? So the meaning of conscious is aware or awake. You might have heard you must be conscious of what you are doing. She was semi-conscious. So that is conscious. Other one is conscience. Moral sense of right. You must have the conscience to do the right and wrong. So that is conscience. So please note the answer. The next one, decent and decent. Both have the same sound. The first one is DISSENT and the second one is DESCENT. And this is also another word which came in 2023 question paper. Here, dissent means having ideas different from general beliefs or official position, and dissent means movement towards a lower place. And you have the next option, dissent means having ideas different from general beliefs or official position, and dissent means being of acceptable standard. Then the next one, dissent means being of acceptable standard, and descent means movement towards a lower place. I'll tell you an idea how to guess the meaning. You might have learned ascending and descending order. So what could be the meaning of that descent? The second word, descending order. So you'll get an idea what's the meaning of descent there. Just check. The answer is option A. Descent means disagreement and descent means moving downward. That is decreasing order. Now the next one, device and device. You have the same spelling. It's a very confusing word, device and device. So first one, device means to determine, and device means a piece of equipment meant for accomplishing a specific task. Then second option, device means finding a new way to do something, and device means to determine. C, device means a piece of equipment meant for accomplishing a specific task, and device means finding a new way to do something. Again, device means finding a new way to do something, and device means a piece of equipment meant for accomplishing a specific task. So as I said, please note the word and write the right answer. The right answer over here is, this is the question which came again 2023. Device, a tool or machine, and device to invent or plan something. You might have heard always the same word, device. We have a lot of things like a cooking device, repairing device. So these all mean a tool or a machine. The other one is device. We had to devise something to make it happen. That means to invent or plan something. That is device. Now the next word is discrete and discrete. So the spelling, please check DISCRETE and DISCREET. The first option says discrete means separate and distinct categories of objects, and discrete means misuse of authority. Any idea? I think the second word is quite not familiar with you. Let's check. The first one is SCRETE. It means separate or distinct. Discrete. Okay. Separate or distinct. And the second word is discrete with a double E. The meaning is careful in speech or behavior. So please note those meanings. We'll go with the next word. Complacent and complacent. Both pronounces the same. And this is a question which came in 2022. And it used to come repeatedly. So the first one, complacent. What could be the meaning? Complacent means overconfident, and complacent means in the same place. Complacent means eager to please, and complacent means overconfident. Complacent means eager to please, and complacent means in the same place. Complacent means overconfident, and complacent means eager to please. So don't get confused. The correct answer is option B, complacent, eager to please others, and complacent, self-satisfied or overconfident. Eager to please and self-satisfied or overconfident. For example, the students were too complacent that they didn't try at all for the exam. So that's complacent, P-L-A-C-E-N-T. And now the next word, compliment and compliment. This is something which came in 2022. And I think you're quite familiar with these two words, and it comes commonly also. The first one is compliment. Compliment means to enhance, and compliment means to praise. I think you know the meaning of compliment. For example, the principal complimented the students. The teacher complimented the student who completed the task. So what could be the meaning of compliment? Yes, as a guest, compliment, P-L-I-M-E-N-T, means to praise. Okay, and compliment means something that goes well with another thing. For example, let's frame a sentence with compliment. The color of her dress complemented the color of her hair. That means it goes well with another thing. That is compliment. Okay, which matches each other. That's compliment. The other one is to praise. Let's go with the next word. That is the 10th word. Here you can see DEIFY and DEFY. That is DEIFY is how is the pronunciation? It is DFI. Okay, DFI. There is a slight difference in the pronunciation of these two words. Please note the words DFI. This is also one the words which came in 2022 question paper. DEIFI, it is pronounced as DFI, and the other one is defy. I think defy it's very familiar with you. So let's check the meaning. The first one is to defy means to conquer upon the status of God, and to defy means to oppose. So you have heard the word deity. What is deity related to? Deity related to something, any idea? It's related to God, no? So similarly here, check the answer. DFI means treat as God. Treat as a God. Treat as a God. And defy means to resist or oppose openly. Please note the meaning. To resist or oppose openly. And now the next word. Evoke and invoke. This is, I think, the Spellings are completely different, and even the soundings are also different. It is evoke and invoke. Okay. Evoke means to elicit a response and invoke means to provoke. Evoke means to call upon through an appeal and invoke means to elicit a response. Evoke means to provoke and invoke means to call upon through an appeal. Evoke means to elicit a response and invoke means to call upon through an appeal. I think you won't get enough time to note it. So please, you don't need to check all the options, but when you're doing for the exam, you have to, but at least take a note of each word and write the correct answer. What is evoke and what is invoke? Okay. The correct answer is D. Evoke means to bring forth a feeling or memory. Bring forth a feeling or memory. And invoke means call upon for help or authority. And invoke means call upon for help or authority. So that's it. I hope you have noted. Yes. And the next one, we are going with idioms and phrases. Okay. So next is idioms and phrases. I think you all are familiar with the word idiom. And you have studied what are idioms, isn't it? Idioms are and phrases are, they are figurative, non-literal expressions that add color, emotion, and emphasis to language. While phrases are groups of words acting as a unit, idioms have unique cultural and the meanings which are very distinct from their individual words. So the difference between idioms and phrases is that idioms know when you hear these words, if you take each word separately, the meaning will be entirely different. And if you take a group of words, all these group, we have a completely a different meaning. And even almost all the idioms have a history to tell. Lot of things are there, how each idiom was formed, how it was used in the cultural backgrounds, different cultural backgrounds. Even in Malayalam, we have a lot of idioms which tells our culture. So these idioms are really important because sometimes we cannot guess the meaning. Some are very difficult to guess the meaning. So let's note few of them. Okay. So here examples are given like, let the cat out of the bag. Let the cat out of the bag. So here you can guess the meaning. Let the cat out of the bag means to reveal a secret. To reveal a secret. Okay, to reveal a secret. Second one, kick the bucket. Kick the bucket means we can never we can't discuss the meaning of this idiom at all so easily because it has an entirely different meaning. When you check each of the word like kick, you know what's the meaning of kick. Bucket, you know the meaning of bucket, isn't it? But when you take it as a whole, kick the bucket means to die. For example, my grandparent kicked the bucket last month means my grandparent passed away last month. So this is the meaning of kick the bucket. Another one, you can see a phrase there, under the weather. So the difference between the phrase under the weather is also somewhat like an idiom, but small changes there. Here you can see three words under the weather. You know the meaning of under, you know the meaning of weather. But here under the weather means feeling sick. Under the weather means feeling sick. And can anybody give me an example? The child could not attend the class because he was under the weather for few days. That means he was sick for few days. Then another one is break a leg. Break a leg. Suppose you're going for an exam or you're going for a competition. You can, or your friend is going for a competition. You can tell your friend, go break a leg. Go break a leg means doesn't mean that he should go and break his leg and come. Okay, he should. You are just wishing him good luck. So break a leg means good luck. So I hope 4 idioms you have noted the meaning. Let the cat out of the bag to reveal a secret. Kick the bucket to die. Under the weather, feeling sick. Break a leg, good luck. Okay, so these are Some of the idioms. So let's discuss some of the idioms again, which have come for different exams. The first one is, this came in 2021 question paper. For the idiomatic phrase, choose the alternative that best expresses the meaning of the idiom or phrase. So here, a word is given, and four choices are given. You have to select the best option. Always, sometimes there will be similar meanings, but you have to select the best option. The first one is 40 wings. 40 wings. Wink means winking with the eye. So what will be the meaning of 40 wings? For example, I'll give you a clue. Okay. I could just take 40 wings uh, because today I had heavy works. Can you guess the meaning? A short sleep during the day. A short sleep during the day. Okay. The idiom 40 wings means 40 wings means taking a short sleep during the day, especially during the daytime. We can say a nap. A nap means just a short sleep, maybe for half an hour or 1 hour. Sometimes after the lunch, people take naps. So that's the meaning of 40 wings. That's the meaning of 40 wings. I hope the screen is properly visible. Okay. The next one is life in the row. Life in the row. This one was a question which came in 2021. So what could be the meaning? Life in the row. Life in its natural, unembellished state. Life at its easiest. Life that is complex, a daredevil's life. Here, there's a word unembellished. What's the meaning of unembellished? Unembellished means something plain, simple, and lacks added decoration. Something plain and simple. You can just note the meaning of that word, unembellished. That's a new word. Maybe you're not familiar. So, whatever word you're getting, please note it. Vocabulary really adds to your knowledge. So, unembellished means something plain, simple, which has no much decoration. And here, life in the row, the exact option is life in its natural, unembellished state. Life in the row refers to life as it is, truly without any decoration or pretense. Okay, so that is the meaning of life in the row. That means something which is really natural, no decorations, nothing is there. We can say no row. We sometimes we say it is very raw, means not, it is not decorated. However, what was the state earlier? The same state is being preserved. Nothing is added. That is life in the row. And the next one, a paper tiger. This is a question which came in 2021. A paper tiger. From that word itself, you can guess. What is a paper tiger? A paper tiger. Any guess? Any guess? A person or thing that appears threatening but it's ineffectual. To threaten someone but do no harm. Do no harm. Environmental protection paperwork. To speak to people in a roaring voice. So what's a paper tiger? From that word itself, you can guess. This is easy, I think. A person or thing that appears threatening, but it's ineffectual. That means something which appears threatening, just like a tiger, and unfortunately, it is made up of paper. So the meaning is a paper tiger is something that seems powerful, but is actually or ineffective. Okay, just like a tiger, which is made up of paper. Something that is powerful but is actually weak. For example, you can say that we thought that person who came was strong, strong competitor, but actually he was a paper tiger. That means they thought that person who came to compete is a very powerful one, but actually he was very weak or ineffective. So that is a paper tiger. Now the next one, penny wise and pound foolish. Penny wise and pound foolish. I think you can really guess the meaning from this. What is penny wise and pound? Penny means what? And pound means what? Which is more valuable? Which is more expensive? From that itself, you can guess the meaning. Yes. Some people are there, they'll be very much careful about small things, but they don't care about large things. So, for very small things, they give much importance, but for the most important thing, they don't bother at all. So those people, we can say they are penny wise and pound foolish. That means for pennies, they give a lot of importance, but for the expensive things like a pound, they don't give any importance. So the correct meaning is careful about small things and careless about large amounts. And careless about large amounts. I hope you got the meaning. So the idiom means being overly careful with small expenses but wasting large sums. Did you note it? Let's go to the next one. Careful about small amounts but careless about large amounts. But careless about large amounts. Noted? Let's go to the next one. Pin back your ears. Pin back your ears. And that is a question which came in 2021. So the options are to listen carefully to something, person or organization that pins important issues, to keep yourself away from hearing bad stuff, to clean your ears with a pin. Here now 4 options are there. The best one, pin back your ears. Any guess? Any guess what could be the meaning? Yes, pin back your ears means pay close attention or listen very carefully. Pay close attention or listen very carefully. For example, the crowd was whispering something, so I had to pin back my ears. That means I had to pay close attention or listen very carefully to understand what they were talking. So that's the meaning of pin back your ears. To listen carefully to something. To listen carefully to something. Now the next one. Under the table. I think you can guess the meaning easily. And this is a question which came in 2021. Under the table means work under difficult circumstances or working under cover or working under furniture or making or receiving payments surreptitiously. It is surreptitiously. That's how it is pronounced. I think it's a different word and a new word which you are learning. surreptitiously. You can note the meaning of that word. Okay. Just note the meaning. The meaning of surreptitiously means secretly or in an unauthorized way. Secretly or in an unauthorized way. So what could be the meaning of this? Any guess? What could be the meaning? Yes. Making or receiving payments surreptitiously. That means in a hidden way or in a, we can say something which is not legal or something secretly. That is the correct option. It's making or receiving payments surreptitiously. Okay. The meaning of surreptitiously is secretly or in an unauthorized way or can be even illegally. I hope you noted the meaning. Now the next one. One sentence is also given there. You can note it. Under the table refers to illegal or secret payments, bribes. So usually, you might have read in the newspapers all when bribery is caught. How does a payment is done? You can hear all such news, isn't it? How they are receiving payments. So we can say it is usually under the table. So people say that if did he take any money? Yeah, we can say yeah, he took some money under the table. That means without proper channels, he took it secretly. Now let's go to the next one. 18th one, at the drop of a hat. At the drop of a hat. What do you mean by at the drop of a hat? The options are clumsy person who drops hats everywhere and suddenly and without much thought, do something without much pressure, a happy and easygoing man. So from that word itself, can you guess? It's a question which came in 2021. At the drop of a hat. At the drop of a hat. Any guess? Yes. That's it. The correct answer is suddenly and without much thought. Suddenly and without much thought. The idiom means doing something immediately or instantly. Something which happens immediately or instantly without thinking much. Suddenly and without much thought. That is at the drop of a hat. At the drop of a hat. The next word, be out of the count. Be out of the count. It's a question which came in 2022. And the options are slipping deeply, counting money carefully, to count each step one takes, to be very happy. Be out of the count. Be out of the count. Any guess? The correct option is sleeping deeply. Sleeping deeply. The expression comes from boxing and means completely unconscious or fast asleep. The expression comes from boxing and means completely unconscious or fast asleep. For example, we can say that I was too tired that she was too tired that she was being out of the count. That means she slept deeply. That is sleeping deeply, be out of the count. The next one, go by the book. Go by the book. To buy a book of one's choice, to understand the book, to follow someone who reads books, to follow rules exactly. I think you can guess the meaning. It's a familiar one. Go by the book. Always you must go by the book. while taking certain tasks. So what would be the meaning? Yes, to follow rules exactly. To follow rules exactly. The idiom means to do something strictly according to rules or procedures. So that's meaning of go by the book. Please note it. Go by the book means to follow rules exactly. To follow rules exactly. Okay, the next word. Double talk. From these two words itself, we can understand the meaning of double talk. What is the double talk? Interfering while someone is talking, speaking with double meaning, speaking to confuse people and avoid truth, talking repeatedly, annoying people. So it's confusing, right? So what is double talk? Speaking to confuse people and avoid truth. Speaking to confuse people and to avoid truth. Double talk refers to ambiguous or misleading language intended to deceive. This is a very common word which we use, a very common idiom, double talk. Okay, speaking to confuse people and avoid truth. I hope you have noted that. The next one, at somebody's elbow. Please note all these. These all idioms had come in different question papers in different years. So this is one which came in 2022. At somebody's elbow. At somebody's elbow. What could be the meaning? At somebody's elbow. To be near someone in order to help. To be near someone in order to help. That's the meaning. The option B is the correct one. To be near someone in order to help. Okay, the phrase means being close to someone to assist them whenever needed. So sometimes you can tell someone, like, I'll be at your elbow. That means I'll be very close to you, or I'll be very near to you. And if you need any help, I'll be there. So you can say that is at somebody's elbow. The phrase means being close to someone to assist them whenever needed. The next one, treading on eggshells. Treading on eggshells. It came in 2022. And the options are taking care of eggs to save lives of young chicks, intending to grow very fast, making best bets in one's trade, to be careful in speech and actions. From here, can you guess the meaning? Treading means to walk or stepping. Treading means to walk or stepping. So what could be the meaning of treading on eggshells? What could be the meaning? To be careful in speech and actions. Just like eggshells, it breaks so fast, no? So how can we walk or step on an eggshell? Something can be. We must be very careful about it, isn't it? It's something not so easy to do. It's a very difficult task. So the meaning over there is to be careful in speech and actions. The idiom means being very cautious to avoid upsetting someone. So we can say, while you're talking to them, you must be treading on eggshells. That means you must be very careful in your speech and actions, because anything goes wrong means some trouble will be there. So this idiom means being very cautious to avoid upsetting someone. Please note the meaning. Treading on eggshells means to be careful in speech and actions. To be careful in speech and actions. To be careful in speech and actions. The next one is 24th one, everyone and his brother. everyone and his brother. What do you mean by everyone and his brother? The correct option is C, a large number of people. The phrase means almost everyone or many people. For example, he gave a meal to everyone, or he gave a meal to everyone and his brother as part of his daughter's marriage. That means he included a large number of people while giving the meal. That is everyone and his brother. That means a large number of people. So that's the right option, C. Let's go to the next one. Feet of clay. What is feet of clay? Feet of clay, the four options are very soft feet, difficulty in running, slow in actions, hidden faults. And yes, any guess? Simply guess, okay, you can let it be wild guess. No issues, just try. What could be the correct one? Feet of clay. Clay means you know. So what could be feet of clay? B. Okay, let's check, okay? It's D, hidden faults. Hidden faults. Feet of clay refers to hidden weaknesses in a person admired by others. Refers to hidden weaknesses in a person admired by others. So the correct option is D. Just note it. Hidden faults. Feet of clay means hidden faults. I think that is a little bit difficult to guess. Okay, the next one. Bite the bullet. This is a question which came in 2023 first paper, and I think it's a very easy one and a very familiar one. What could be bite the bullet? Bite the bullet. You can easily guess. Try. Yes, bite the bullet. All of you try. Yes. Okay, let's see. Any more guesses? Bite the bullet. How can someone bite the bullet? Is that an easy work, or is that any possible task? Okay, so you can, I think this is the right one. To accept something unpleasant and difficult. To accept something unpleasant and difficult. That means bullet is something unpleasant, isn't it? And something very which we don't expect, or which we don't want to come in our life. Something bad, bullet. So here we have to accept that. So bite the bullet means it can happen that we are accepting something which is unpleasant and difficult to face, a very difficult situation. So bite the bullet means to face a painful or difficult situation bravely and accept it. So the correct option is to accept something unpleasant and difficult. Bite the bullet. I hope you had noted. Noted. Let's go to the next one. Laughing stock. What is laughing stock? Laughing means, you know, stock. So what could be the meaning? Laughing stock. For example, I'll give you a sentence. She's always a laughing stock in front of, or she's always a laughing stock for others in the class. So what could be the meaning? Guess. Yes, come on, guess. Any other choice? This is a clue. For example, she is always a laughing stock among the students. So what is this? What is the meaning of laughing stock? Someone who does something very stupid and is made fun of. Someone who does something very stupid and is made fun of. A laughing stock is a person who becomes an object of public ridicule or mockery. Someone who always mocks at people mock at, they're called as laughing stock. So please note the answer. Laughing stock means someone who does something very stupid and is made fun of. Note all these words, all these idioms had come in different exams in different years. Okay. Let's go to the next word. Pay over the odds. Pay over the odds. Here, to get dividends for investments, to work hard to make payments, to treat somebody in a bad way, to pay for something than it is worth. So what would be the correct one? The correct option is D, to pay for something than it is worth. That means we are paying for something than it's worth. We are paying something more. Okay. Pay over the odds means to pay excessively or more than the normal price. We are paying more than the normal price. That's the meaning of pay over the odds. Correct option is D. The correct option is D. Okay, let's go to the next one. Noted? Play to the gallery. Play to the gallery. I'll give you a hint. If you know how to do it, come and play to the gallery. Or come and play to the gallery. Or if you're quite confident on what you're saying, please come and play to the gallery. So what could be the meaning of play to the gallery? Okay. So you have given the options as B. Let's check. That's correct. Good. Okay. To say things that will make people admire you. So play to the gallery means to act or speak in a way intended to gain public approval or applause. So that's the meaning of play to the gallery. Note the meaning. It is B. B is the right option. To say things that will make people admire you. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Be in the soup. Any guess? Suppose I'm telling you, don't be in the soup. Or students, don't be in the soup. What could be the meaning? It's a question which came in 2023. So what could be the meaning? Yes, come on, guess. Yes, most of your guesses are A. Okay, let's check. That's it. You're right. I think that tick is also there, okay? But don't always go with that tick. That tick is not always true. It can also go wrong. So here the correct one is A, to be in trouble. So good guess, explanation. Be in the soup means to be in difficulty or serious trouble. That's why I told students, don't be in the soup. Work hard. Note each and every word, the answers, and do your level best. Let's go to the next one. Okay, the answer is B. Sorry, A. Let's go to the next one. I think you noted it, okay? To be in trouble. I'm just giving you time to note it, that's why. 31, a turn of the screw. A turn of the screw. This is one which came in 2023. A turn of the screw. So what could be the meaning? To begin or behave in a more positive way, to change people's opinions in your favor, to become unpopular, an action which makes a bad situation worse. A turn of the screw. Any guess? Okay. D. Any more guesses? Try. Just guess. That's correct. Good guess. Okay. So the correct option is D itself, an action which makes a bad situation worse. That means already the situation is worse and one more action. So it can make it worse, isn't it? Already the situation is bad and one more action made it worse. So that is option D. A turn of the screw means to increase pressure or make an already bad situation more difficult. That is D. That's a turn of the screw. Let's go to the next one. Be bad news. Be bad news. Three words are there. Be bad news. And it's a question which came in 2024. Can you guess the meaning? What could be the meaning of be bad news? Any guess? Any guess? Okay. Bad news refers to a person who causes trouble or is undesirable. Okay, so the correct option is C. Someone who is considered undesirable. So don't be the bad news in a crowd. Someone who is considered undesirable, or don't be the undesirable person in the crowd. The option is C. I think that was a bit confusing one, no? Not easy to guess. Let's go to the next one. Back to the drawing board. I think this is easy. You can easily do it. Back to the drawing board. Be back to the drawing board. Now I am again back to the drawing board after the exams. So to draw comparisons, to be a member of planning group, to start planning again because the previous plan has failed, to be fast at understanding a situation. Which is the correct option? Okay, C. Any other option? Try. This is easy. I'll give you a clue. After the result came, I was disappointed, but I came back to the drawing board. So what could be the correct one? Yes, come on. All are having the same options. Yes. Very good guess. So that's correct. The answer is C. To start planning again because the previous plan has failed. To start planning again because the previous plan has failed. The idiom means starting again after failure. So this is a very important task. I mean, a very important idiom in anyone's life, I think. Even after a failure, you had to be back to the drawing board again to start the work again. So note the meaning, back to the drawing board. C. To start planning again because the previous plan has failed. Noted? Okay, next one. Be in the eye of a storm. Storm means, STORM, storm. What is the meaning of storm? What could be the meaning here? Be in the eye of a storm. To look at something quickly, to fail miserably at a sport, to see something that you did not want to see, to be in the midst of a controversy. Storm means, from that word you can guess. Storm. What is the Malayalam word of storm? Any guess? Malayalam word for storm? No idea. From that itself we can guess. For example, if something comes someone goes viral. Okay. We can tell them, now you are in the eye of the storm. And if something happens or some in politics or something goes viral, we can see certain people are in the eye of the storm at that moment. So what could be the meaning? Okay. Let's check. You haven't answered the D. Let me see. Yes, you're right. The correct option is D. To be in the midst of a controversy. It means being at the center of trouble or controversy. Being at the center of trouble or controversy. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Noted this. Be in the eye of the storm. Now, recently, a lot of things happen, no? A lot of people go viral, a lot of things now, the war is happening. So, controversies are there. So, we can say that, okay, now that person or that leader or that minister is in the eye of the storm. That means he is at the center of trouble or controversy. Let's go to the next one. Noted. Life in the fast lane. Okay. Celebrities are often living a life in the fast lane. What could be the meaning? Yes. To lead a selfless life, to have a happy life without complaints, life without money or comforts, an exciting and eventful lifestyle. Okay. So I have told you a hint. Celebrities often have life in the fast lane. So what could be the meaning? Okay, any other guess? Put your guesses in the chat box. Or you can unmute and tell. Try, it's easy. Any more? Okay, let's see the answer. D is the option, an exciting and eventful lifestyle. An exciting and eventful lifestyle. The idiom means living an exciting, busy and luxurious life. That's why I compared it to the life of celebrities. The idiom means living an exciting, busy and luxurious life. The correct option is D. The correct option is D. Okay, the next one. To pass the buck. To pass the buck. This is a question which came in 2024. And the correct option is to pass the buck. What's a buck? B-U-C-K, meaning of buck. For example, we say that, give me 1,000 buck. What does it mean? What is buck? Yeah, money. Okay, that's good. That's right. Buck has different meaning. One meaning is money. Okay. And also it's actually an animal is there which is called a buck. That is a male deer. That's a buck. Then buck also means to jump, to oppose. That is also there. But usually we call it for money, like $10, $20, isn't it? So here the meaning is to pass the buck means avoiding responsibility by blaming someone else. That is option B, to shift the responsibility of something to someone. B is the correct option, to shift the responsibility of something to someone. To shift the responsibility of something to someone. Now the next one, count your blessings. I think this is easy, and you might have seen this in different question papers. In 2024 also it came. Count your blessings. Count your blessings, what do you have? And don't compare it with others. So count your blessings. What could be the meaning? To start to understand how badly something has affected you, or an event which gradually becomes worse, or to be grateful for good things in your life, or something that you say in order to warn someone. Which is the best option? That is very easy to guess. You must count your blessings before complaining. So what could be the meaning? You must count your blessings before complaining to God. That means, what could be the meaning? Come on. You must count your blessings means what? Yes, exactly. That's correct. C is the correct answer. Means to be grateful for good things in your life. You must be grateful for the things what we have. No, often we always complain. So you must be grateful for what we have. The idiom means to appreciate the good things you have. So C is the right option. C is the right option. The next one. Have the last laugh. Have the last laugh. And the options are to be the worst example of something, to succeed when others thought that you would not, to solve all the problems of life, to laugh at someone secretly. What could be the answer? I'll give you a hint. The hero had the last laugh at the end of the movie. What could be the right one? Any guess? Having the last laugh. The correct option is B, to succeed when others thought that you would not. Okay, sometimes we'll think that, okay, this person is not going to come back again, or he is failing, or he didn't succeed, or he is going out of the level. But suddenly he comes again rising, and the last laugh or the final succession will be his. So there we can say that to succeed when others thought that you would not. B is the correct option. D. It means eventually succeeding after others expected failure. So all people are expecting failure, but there will be an unexpected succeeding at the end, or an unexpected success at the end. The next one. Sit on the fence. This came in 2024. Very easy to guess. Don't sit on the fence. To make someone suddenly notice you, to fail completely, to delay making a decision, to behave very badly. Sometimes when you have choices, you sit on the fence. When you can't decide something, you sit on the fence. What does it mean? You're having a choice and you're really confused and you can't take a decision. So what is that? The correct option is C, To delay making a decision. Fence means something in middle, isn't it? So we can go either side. We are not able to take any side. We are not able to choose which should I go this side or that side. And we are sitting in middle. That means on the fence. Okay. So that is like making delay in taking a decision. So the correct option is to delay making a decision. We are not deciding or we are remaining neutral. Not here or not there. Yes, C is the correct one. To delay making a decision. All of you, please use your chat box or you can unmute and tell. Don't bother about your answers, even it's wrong. Just don't bother. Just guess. Okay. Try your level best. The next one, a dark horse. Who is a dark horse? A black colored horse, a person who wins a race or competition, although no one expected him to. A person who keeps secrets, an ignorant person. I think this is a little bit tough for you. And this is a question which came in 2019. Yes, any guess? Okay, B. Okay, let's see. Anybody else? Come on, everybody. C. Okay. Any more? Try. A dark horse. Okay, the correct option is B. Correct option is B. A dark horse refers to a person whose abilities are hidden and who unexpectedly succeeds. Sometimes there are sometimes children in classes, they might not be very active, but we can say there will be a dark horse. That means nobody expect them to win and they have some hidden abilities and unexpectedly they will win. So those are called a dark horse. A dark horse. Okay. Option is B. Next one. A showstopper. A showstopper. Three words are there. Show and stopper. What could be the meaning? Someone who stops the show. Someone who organizes the show. A performance that is extremely good. A fashionable person. A showstopper. Any more guesses? Yes, you are right. The correct option is C. A showstopper is a performance so impressive that it receives a great applause. A performance that is extremely good. C. A performance that is extremely good. A performance that is extremely good. Next one. A jack of all trades. Have you heard the proverb, a jack of all trades is a master of none? So, who is a jack of all trades? Someone who has many skills, a confident and not very serious young man, and someone who has hit the jackpot, a great businessman. A jack of all trades. Try. A jack. Very different types of work. So the correct option is A. Someone who has many skills. That means having a lot of skills. Having a lot of skills. Now the next one. Eat like a bird. This means eat very quickly, eat a lot, eat continuously, eat very little. Don't eat like a bird. You will feel tired later. What can be the meaning? Don't eat. Sometimes your mom will tell you this. Don't eat like a bird. Or we can say that he always eats like a bird and that shows on him. He always eat like a bird, and that shows on him. That means, so what could be the guess? Yes, you're right. The correct option is D. Eat very little, because you know how birds eat, isn't it? Little by little, they eat very little. So the correct option is eat very little. Eat very little. That is, eat like a bird. The idiom means to eat very little food. The next one, lock horns. Lock horns. Lock horns means be like a bull, argue about something, agree with someone, think about the horns. Don't lock horns with me. You will not win. What could be the meaning? Yes. Any more guesses? Yes, that's easy. Don't lock horns with me. I think the same Malayalam idiom is there. Anybody knows what it is? Lock horns means to argue or fight strongly with someone. You're right. The correct option is B. Argue about something. Argue about something. Argue about something. Okay, let's go to the next one. Early bird. Early bird, it's a very easy one. And you can see this in a lot of notices and posters. Early bird. Early bird. An early bird catches its prey. So what is the meaning of early bird? Low flying, latest, ancient avian, first arrival. Very easy to guess. Try. The seat will be reserved for the early birds. What's the meaning of that? Okay. Latest or D? Yes. Yeah, the D is the correct option. Okay. An early bird refers to a person who arrives early or starts something very early. We can say first arrival. An early bird catches its prey means the bird which comes most early will get its food. It's something which tells about punctuality or being on time or being early to something. First arrival. Next one, be in the pink. What is be in the pink? It's a question which came in 2022. To be very healthy, to be very colorful, to be very sad, to be very rich. So healthy, colorful, sad or rich? Which is the correct option? A. Okay, to be very healthy is A. Any other option? To be in the pink. Okay, any more option? Yes, you're right. The correct option is A. To be very healthy. Be in the pink means to be very healthy. So pink here denotes health. Next one, be in the running. Be in the running means, what is be in the running? C is the option, okay? In a good position to win. Idiom means having a good chance of winning something. Be in the running means in a good position to win. In a good position to win. The correct option is C. Now the next one. A sea change. A sea change means B, a complete change. C means something big and huge, no? So you can guess the word. B is the option, a complete change. A complete change, a change like C means a major or complete transformation. Next one, a pearl of wisdom. A pearl of wisdom, an important event in one's life, an important person of wisdom, an important piece of advice, an important thing in one's life. So what is pearl of wisdom? A valuable piece of advice or insight. Correct option is C. For example, the leader's instruction was a pearl of wisdom for the crowd. A valuable piece of advice. Correct option is C. Now the next one, be in seventh heaven. I think the same Malayalam idiom is also there. Be in seventh heaven means what? Sometimes we will say, oh, the child is in the seventh heaven now, or she is in the seventh heaven. What is seventh heaven? To be extremely happy. Is that it? Any more guesses? Are you all in the seventh heaven now? Maybe sometimes if you have a very positive result, or if you get something very happy about, you will be in the seventh heaven. Okay. To be extremely sorry. Let's check. It's a great state of happiness, isn't it? Heaven means something where we are very happy, isn't it? So, seventh heaven means a state of great happiness. Seventh heaven means a state of great happiness. Or to be extremely happy. For example, after the result came, the student was in the seventh heaven because the results were fantastic. The next one, be in the red. Red here means something not good. So what can be the meaning? Be in the red. Be in the red. Yes. Come on. See? Let's check. Correct option is A. Okay. To owe money to a bank. To owe money to a bank. In the red means in debt or financial loss. So A is the correct option. Please note it. Yeah, that is not easy to guess, I think. To owe money to a bank. Now the next one. Disappear into thin air. Disappear into thin air. What can be the meaning of disappear into thin air? D is the correct answer. Okay. Disappear suddenly. Disappear suddenly. The idiom means to vanish suddenly and mysteriously. Disappear suddenly. Noted. The next one. Put the screws on. Please note all these because if you're familiar with all these idioms which we discussed, I think you can be very confident on this part because a lot of questions which came in different question paper we had discussed. Put the screws on means forcing someone to do what you want, never letting go of things, keep the past alive, using someone's trick for own benefit. So what could be the one? Okay, the correct option is A, okay? Forcing someone to do what you want. Put the screws on means forcing someone to do what you want. That means like a screw, no, we are pressuring someone or forcing someone strongly. Put the screws on. Sometimes you can associate certain things in your mind to get the answer. Forcing someone to do what you want. Now the next one, few more questions are there, then we will wind up, okay? This is very important one, sit on the fence. 2023 it came and sit on the fence. What is sitting on the fence? Fence means what? We had a similar idiom discussed earlier. I mean, a few minutes back. Now here another one with the word fence came. Sit on the fence means what? Okay, avoid taking sides. That's what you're saying. See? Any more? Any more guesses? You're right. C is the correct answer. Okay. The idiom means to remain neutral and not supporting either side or not support any side. You know, sometimes if we cannot take the side of anyone, we will sit on the fence. That means we will be neutral. We will be diplomatic. We don't take anyone's side. We can sit on the fence. Fence is something which separates something, no? Which is which is not taking any side. It is something which is going in the middle. So, to remain neutral and not support either side. We'll go with the next one. Be as sharp as a tack. Be as sharp as a tack. Correct answer is talkative, shrewd, clumsy, clever. Can you guess? Sharp as a tack. Is it a talkative, a shrewd, a clumsy, a clever? What can be the meaning? D is the correct option. Okay. Sharp. Usually clever people are sharp, no, in their thoughts. So the correct answer is D. A clever person. A clever person. Very intelligent and quick thinking. Yes, D is the right option. And the next one, from pillar to post. From pillar to post. Upside down, keep moving from one place to another, constructing a huge building, jumping from the top of the mountain. Any idea? B is the correct answer. Okay. From pillar to the post means keep moving from one place to another. The idiom means moving from one place to another in search of help or solution. Sometimes if we can't find a solution or help, we move from pillar to post. That means moving from one place to another in search of a help. That is the meaning from pillar to post. Okay, the next one. His voice gets on my nerves. Here, what is the meaning of on my nerves? Here a sentence is given, okay? Now you just need to guess the meaning from that context. His voice gets on my nerves. Makes me sad, irritates me, makes me ill, pierces my eardrums. Which is the best option? Okay. Okay, I got an answer B from you. Anybody else? Any more guesses? Is it irritates me? Come on, guess. You're right. Okay, very good. Irritates me is the correct option. Get on my nerves means annoys or irritates. Sometimes we can often use this. Sometimes if somebody is irritating you or somebody is making you crazy, you can say that don't get on my nerves or don't irritate me. Next one. I always prefer to study physics and mathematics. Now choosing economics and literature for further studies is another kettle of fish. What is this kettle of fish? This came in 2023. I always prefer to study physics and mathematics. Now choosing economics and literature for further studies is another kettle of fish. Completely different matter, slightly different matter, completely difficult matter, doing things in a hurry. What can be the meaning? Any wild guess? From their context itself you can get. Okay, A is the correct option. Completely different matter. Physics and mathematics and economics and literature all are quite different, isn't it? So this is a completely different one. Economics and literature has no much association with physics and mathematics. So there is, but it's for a student it is completely a different thing. So we can say there is another kettle of fish, an entirely different situation or issue. Yeah, A is the correct option. Completely different matter. Please note, kettle of fish, completely different matter. That much you note and keep it there. Completely different matter. Next one. I just need to take rest and I'll be as right as rain. What's the meaning of as right as rain? As right as rain. To be in good mental and physical state, to be physically active, to be able to recall past events, to be able to work for long hours. And that was a question which came in 2023. A is the correct option, to be in good mental and physical state. So please note, as right as rain means to be in good mental and physical state. As right as rain, to be in good mental and physical state. Okay, the next one. It is all Greek to me. It is all Greek to me. From that word, can you guess Greek? Something which I don't believe, something which I don't accept, something which I don't recognize, something which I don't understand. What can be the meaning of Greek? It is all Greek. It's a language, isn't it? So what can you guess from this? Okay, D. Is that the answer? Yes, very good. The correct answer is D. Something which I don't understand. Something which is not easy to understand or which is incomprehensible. Incomprehensible means difficult to understand. Comprehensible means which is easy to understand. Okay, we'll just go with 2 more questions and we'll wind up. Okay, so please stay there. The next one we have to discuss is discourse markers. Please note there a new topic. I think we will be discussing this topic again later. So discourse markers, what are they? They are words or phrases like anyway, right, okay, as I say to begin with. To begin with. So when you hear this word discourse markers, don't get confused. Okay, these are very common words which we use in our daily conversations. Like anyway, and I say anyway, that is a discourse marker. Okay, as well as that is a discourse marker. However, that is a discourse marker. Well, that is a discourse marker. So, that is a discourse marker. Then, so all these words which we use or which we use to discuss or talk, which we use to connect sentences, which we use to bind sentences, like in spite of, despite of, in general, all these words, they are called as discourse markers, and these bind sentences or clauses or phrases. Okay. So there are a lot of discourse markers. Sometimes we'll feel these questions are very easy, questions which based on discourse markers. Very easy words will be given options, but it's very confusing also to select the best option. So we'll just discuss few questions based on this. Okay. So I'll give you some sample questions. Just listen. Dash I fired at the leopard. He shook my arm. So what is the correct option here? As, since, because, for. Very easy options are there. But can you tell me which is the best option? Dash I fired at the leopard. Is it as I fired, or since I fired, or because I fired, or for I fired? Which is the best one? No idea. Okay, the first one is the best one. As. Okay. As is the correct answer. As I fired at the leopard, he shook my arm. Next one. Arranged marriages are unusual in the West, in the Middle East. They are common. Here, which one can we choose? But in the Middle East, but they are common. In the Middle East, on the other hand, they are common. In the Middle East, in similarly, they are common. Or in the Middle East, in spite of this, they are common. Which is the best option? Which is the best option? On the other hand. On the other hand. Okay, we'll discuss more questions based on this later, but we'll just wind up with 2-3 more questions. So please stay tuned because we started a bit late. Next one. The job wasn't very interesting. The money was okay. The job wasn't very interesting. The money was okay. You can just leave that question because that is a small mistake in that question. We'll go with the next one. The train was late. Dash, I mean, managed to reach in time. Here, what is the correct one? The train was late, dash, I managed to reach in time. In spite of this, additionally, similarly, due to this. Which is the best one? In spite of this, additionally, similarly, or due to this. Yes, you're right. In spite of this, okay? The train was late. In spite of this, I managed to reach in time. That is the best option. Additionally, similarly, due to this, all won't come that suitable. So this is the best one, in spite of this. Next one, the British may have done some good in India. Dash, colonialism is basically bad. Here, which is the best one? Even so, even as, similarly, in the same way. Any more options? Try. Even so, colonialism is basically bad, or even as, similarly, in the same way. Which is the most matching there? Yes, the most suitable one is even so. You're right. Good. So that is good guess. So the correct answer is even so. Okay, so that's enough for now. So thank you so much for listening. And as I said, we have discussed homonyms, idioms, and few discourse markers also today. So I hope you have noted the important words and vocabulary. So practice it. Once in a while, take and revise. Okay, thank you so much. And you can leave. Good night. Yes, good night, everyone.